Alrighty, Doc here from North America. It's Monday, so TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday, and here we are. Let's see what's going on. I mean, we've been seeing what's going on. It's getting weirder and weirder. That's for sure. That is truly weird. Hey, there's Robin. Hey, Robin. Hey, George. Metho. Good. The crew is here. Let's see what the markets are doing. I mean, it's just like the euro seems to be holding up pretty well. You see on J4X, you can see the dollar index heading south. British pound's kind of mixed it down. I'm sipping my cup of tea. It's definitely interesting this morning. Very interesting this morning. Stock markets are moving a little down. Nothing major. And let's see, what else can we say? No, what is it? Where's this? There we go. Skip that ad. There we go. And what else can we say about the start of the week? I guess there's just so much noise and so much inconsistency. Hey. Everything come out fine? Did I send everything over right? Let's see. I tried to get the canola. I mean, the CME says they have it, but it's not there. You know, matter of fact, no one seems to be trading it. There's no volume in it at all. There's no trades in it at all. Very strange, very strange, very strange. And what else can we say about it? I guess that's about it. Yeah, really strange. All right, we'll just look at these. I'm trying to think what I heard in the news. There's so many odd things in the news. I don't know where to start. Like oil caps. What is that all about? Oil caps. We know that oil it's like a discounting factor for China because they're getting oil at $60 now justified by Europe. I mean, some of these things that occur are very strange when it comes to trading markets. The markets themselves trade. They do their thing. Another supply and demand, and I don't know, good trade, good interest rates versus tougher interest rates on different currencies in different countries, depending on inflation, about GDP, the gross domestic product itself, how productive they are. And then you get something like this, where the European Union keeps on talking about this oil cap. And I mean, what is an oil cap? I mean, people are going to want oil. They're going to find ways to pay for it. Now, Europe is going to claim that they're only going to pay $60 a barrel. Well, then go manufacture it yourselves. Insanely pro-trust trader. Is he? Hey, how you doing? I like that. Insanely pro-trust trader engineer. I like that. That's a good long one. That's cool. Insanely pro-trust trader engineer. That's what I'm figuring ENG stands for. Well, hello you too. This is cool. Yeah. So I mean, how do you put a price cap on something that trades? I don't know, 80. I don't know how many barrels a day. I mean, they trade a lot of them. 40, 50, 60, 70 million barrels a day, it's around the planet. I guess if they want to put a cap on something, then they should manufacture it. I don't understand how they can tell somebody else what they're willing to pay, except for you just say, okay, I'll pay $60, and when everybody else is paying 80, you don't get any. That's usually the way it works, right? I mean, it's like, I don't understand these bureaucrats where they think that they can actually set law, or they can create a law and then think that it's going to control marketplaces that are globally active. But that's probably the strangest out of all of them. Oh, I did see the FTX situation too. I understand that the girlfriend is getting ready to roll over on the boyfriend, and one of those billions sounds like it made it into the Democrat Party. So basically it's been a sham, and he kept it propped up. And he put $1 billion into the Democrat Party's campaign. I thought it was odd. They're outspending the opposition 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, and I'm thinking to myself, they don't have that popularity. So where's the money coming from? And so it's games like that probably. But anyway, that's where we stand. Let's take a look at the markets and try to figure out how Monday's going to play out for the rest of the week. It's unique in its own way. So you see there on J4X, you see we're weeks now in a sell, just like we are on Chicago Quant. Right there, you see the same thing. Both are pushing down. Green line, is way down. Look how low that is. It's like down to 5. Rarely ever see anything like that. Look at that. I mean, look how far back we go to 2021. There's 21, and it just did the same thing then. That was probably the, all part of the crazy COVID situation. Even during the crazy COVID situation, you see it right there, it didn't get that low. So they are really pouncing on the dollar. They're trying to sell it down. And they should be. I mean, the interest rates are not going up anymore now. And so that doesn't benefit the traders that trade in a longer term or investing way with the dollar or with the pairs trades themselves. The goal is to basically outperform the market. So you can see there that pressure is on. You can see the daily. We've got 4 days. Let's put it over here again and widen it. Looks like we've got 4 days of sell going on. They did a little pop. Since we went into the weekly sell up in the one, was it the third? I guess this is the CME index. This is the DXY index, the competing exchanges, but the elements are basically the same. So you can see this is probably like the 13 and change, 14 and change up in there. And for this same situation, it was around the 12.5 to 13 area where it started to generate that red. And let's take a look at it on the daily. There's the daily. You can see the daily's been moving down for the last 3 days. You can see the green line underneath the dashed line. And here you can see the same thing. The last 4 days here, moving down. The green line is below the 0 line. That's it's like the dashed line. And you can see here, that pressure has been on for such a while now. So, as long as the interest rates are not going up anymore, there's going to be even more and more pressure. Hence, we thought we'd see strength in the metals for the last 4 months. We said, look for October, November, where the strength would start to kick in. And that's pretty much what has happened with the metals complex. It's turned back up again. Silver's in the 23s. It's not like it's at the 26s or 27s or 28s. Gold in the 18s and change, not 2,000 or $2,100, but they are turning up. They're coming off 1,650, about 1,650 in gold. So you can see here the dollar. It's moving down, and gold and so forth is moving up. We'll take a look at it after we get through some of these currencies, unless we can look at it now. If someone wants to see it now, just put it up on the chat line and say, let's look at gold and silver, and we will. All right, from there we take a look at the euro as we're waiting for somebody to step up and say, yeah, Doc, let's see it. Well, I am shorting today 5G, and let's see. Oh, well, you want to see let's go to the euro then for you. Let's take a peek at the euro and see what the euro looks like. It does look like it's starting to weaken, at least last I saw, but wasn't underneath there. Let's see, where's it at? Right up in here. And there it is right there on J4X. And then we do it over here. This is right there, yeah. Okay. And right there. Right there it is. You can see it's trying to break down. Let's widen it out for you so you can see it better. Boy, it was in a long sell for a while. Now we've been in, 6 weeks, 7 weeks now, starting off in a weekly buy. You can see here we have a green and a red, so it does tell us that some noise is coming. And let me just point out usually what that looks like right there. Usually when you get a green and a red, what will happen is you get some type of strength that will develop in one direction, up. In this case, we go into the daily buy here, and it goes, and it's usually pre. So in other words, the action. You're right. If you're going to be trading it later on into the day, or if you said you've been short, I guess from 5 GMT, which would make sense. It's starting to feel that pressure. And so if we get into it, and look how close it is from going into a daily sell right there. See that right there? That green line is turned down. There's the 0 line itself. It's very close. And we'll see what kind of pressure we get out of that it would make sense for it to just kind of, start to roll over a little bit. Also, in the back of my head, as I say that out loud, I'm thinking about the cable. Let me just throw the cable up there for a second. We can go back to the euro. But the cable, where are we at here? There it is right there. The cable right there. And there's the, you can, what's that about? Okay, let's go like this. There's the cable. And you can see the cable is trying to roll over also at the same time. It's moving down. Hasn't broken yet, but it is trying. So, and I did see, what did I see? I saw the 10-year bond trading at like 349 or something like that. I mean, they've kind of really pushed it down. And it looks like to me that they're just going to keep on bouncing it around in that area. And then, let's see, from there. So, yeah, I mean, I go back to the euro again. Right there. And you can see the euro just, starting to flirt slowly down into it. You see that rolling over. So it's through the time manifold here. So we are seeing that weakness that you have spotted. There's no doubt about it. Now we'll see how much more pressure they put on it. Yeah, 5 GMT. Huh. Yeah, it's trying to move down, that's for sure. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, it's going to definitely play itself out. We should get a direction. Maybe tomorrow, or if they push it harder this afternoon, we go out into a daily sell, and then you see that strength. Then that strength is going to be on the downside. The sellers are going to be more dominant than the buyers. All right, and from there, let's go back to the cable. There's the cable, and let's put cable up on J4X. Right there it is. Let's see what's going on there. What is that? That's the second. That's the fifth. Yep, it's moving down. We're seeing that pressure evolve and keep on pushing. Now we go over to the Swiss now, and that shows. That's interesting. Is that the Swiss is still showing a little bit more strength than the euro. Obviously, the euro is losing against the dollar, and the Swiss is gaining against the dollar. And we've seen that whole dilemma play out with the Credit Suisse itself, the private bank there, where it has some issues and problems, financially, and the stock is at all-time lows. It's kind of like Deutschmark now, not Deutschmark, Deutsche Bank. We're seeing these situations, in other words, since 2008 and the collapse of the financial system, or let's say the collapse of major institutions, and the financial system was propped up by the Federal Reserve and so forth. You see this; they can't get away from it. You could look at Citibank or Deutsche Bank too. It's the same way that we look at Credit Suisse. They have not rebounded. They really haven't. They've been down. I think like Citibank is trading. I think they did a 10-for-1 reverse split, so they hide the fact that it's still trading in the $4 area. So in other words, the all-time high back in before the collapse was around $67, and the stock fell down to $2, and then it kind of pounced around. It has been bouncing around between 5 and 6 for 14 years. So what they did is they reverse split it to hide that fact. And so now the all-time high is $670, and it's trading around $45, $50 a share. No difference. It's just, it's just kind of, smoke and mirrors type of thing. And Deutsche Bank is in that same situation. And Credit Suisse and so forth, the ones that they actually allowed to still stay in business on some level or another. We saw, Bank of Scotland when it went the same way, and the Exchequer owned a lot of its stock, and they accidentally sold a chunk, like 7% of it, when it had rallied up, and that woke up everybody. They were like, wait a minute, why does the Exchequer have the ability to sell 7% of the company? It's because they own most of it, just like they own Lloyd's in London and so forth. From there, we go over to the yen. You see the yen has been in that daily sell for a bunch of days. You can see it's been in the weekly sell for 5 weeks, and it's pressing down. And we'll take a look at it over here. There it is. There you go. And you can see that there's that downwardly movement in the daily, just like over here on Chicago Quant. You see it's been in the daily sell for a bunch of weeks now. And then we go take a look at the weekly on the yen, like so. And you can see the same thing. You know, it's got was it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6. So it's, you know, pressing down. Same thing over here, except for it's 5. You know, just the pressure is on, and it's been breaking down 6 weeks back ago, but still it's 5 confirmed weeks, and that's what we're seeing here with the weekly when it comes to the yen. Now let's jump over to, we go to the as I like to call it, the laboratory, or the you know, it's definitely the scientific project, and that is the dollar Turkish lira pair trade. And there's the weekly right there. You can see it's holding up now for a couple weeks, whereas they went into a weekly sell, and then now they're back into the buy. And I believe, let's see where we're at over here. We've been in a weekly sell. I think we were in a weekly buy for 42 weeks, and then went into a weekly sell for the last few weeks. And let's see what it looks like over here. And there it is right there. Still in that weekly sell, going on to, this is the 3rd week starting now. So we've been in a daily buy and a weekly sell. So it's kind of stuck in a neutral situation for the last 5 days. And then what we do is we go and take a look at what we, let's put the daily up there. And then we'll go over there to the correct way of trading the Turkish lira, and that is through the euro. The euro seems to be way more accurate, much more cleaner. You see here on the daily, it's been in a buy for, you know, was it 4 days now? Going on 5 days now. Just the same as the Chicago Quant, pushing up. Now the dailies usually are much more precise, that when it comes to this incredibly wild action, this product, you know, an illiquid product, the weeklies are going to be a little bit more precise than the dailies, because you get these things. You know, this is a supply problem. You can see it here and here. These highs and lows have been confirmed. So they're having spikes in this product. You know, 0.5% moves in a day in a product like that is pretty wild. And you know, it's just unfortunately that's what we refer to as hyperinflation. It's explosive inflation. Now you can see here, this is the euro Turkish lira being in a buy for 4 days. You can see it there, and it's been in that weekly buy now for going on an 8th week. So the Turkish lira, the euro Turkish lira, is being much more accurate and less, just a little bit less volatile. Just a little bit less, not a lot, but a little bit less. And there it is right there. There you can see the daily, 3 days into that buy. And let's put up the weekly. Right there, there it is. And there's that weekly, and it's, you know, it's been marching along for 8 or 9 weeks also. 8 weeks, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 weeks. So, you know, it's been pressing. You can see the green line above it. You can see that push that's going on this product in particular. What else can we say about the euro Turkish lira? I guess that's about it. I mean, it's one of the more unique currencies we've seen, you know, over the decades. You can see it there. Look at that weekly chart going back to 2021. You know, no more than 2 years ago, this thing was a third of the price. A third. 2/3, I'm sorry. 2/3 lower. So it has tripled since that time period. And since we've been following it, we started following it in the 2s and the 3s. That's why we call it the laboratory. We went for years. Like we went 1 year, 54 weeks in a buy. Another year, we went something like 51 weeks in a buy. Up until this year, we were 42 weeks in a buy. And then the liquidity problem kicked in. And when that liquidity problem kicked in, boy, did that really put the pressure on. You can see that it's made it incredibly just sloppy as all get out, and it doesn't seem like there's any, it's just any way of taking it, like serious in the sense of what, I mean, it's just, this is hyper inflation, incredible inflation. All right, from there, ooh, what do we got? Not good. What was not good? I just saw the text about the canola. Let's see what's not good. I missed what was not good. Let's see. Don't see it. Or you're not good. Are you exhausted from the weekend still? Let's see. From there we go over to the two currencies that we watched that are connected to the metal and oil market. So there is the Canadian. And so you can see the Canadian is, this is the weekly. Now let's try, US dollar KZT started with 1 was it 1 to 5, now is 1 to 4.7. Oh my God. What is KZT? I gotta find what that is. I'm going to bet soon for 30 years. My God. That's incredible. Let's see what the KZT is. So we can get it up on here. USD KTZ. Maybe they do it the other way around. Let's try it this way. Maybe they do KTZ. KTZ. USD. No, it's not coming up on there either. Let's Google it. I want to know who that is. Let's see. It's not traded on Dugoscopy. I just want to see who it is. Not even sure what country it is. Search Forex. I'm just going to Google Forex and go with USD KTZ. Let's see what it is. Oh, Kazakhstan. Okay. I see. Yeah, look at that. I see it's trading at 470 and change. Yeah. Well, that's a pretty volatile creature. That is something. Currency exchange. Wonder if I can get it. I doubt I'll be able to get that. That's, you know what, they sometimes we get that stuff though. It's kind of wild. Let me see if we can get that. Let me just double check. That'd be interesting to get a chart of that up. Let's see, where am I at? Go there. And I go USD. Forex. No, you're right. We don't have it either. Currencies. No, we don't even have it. We don't have it here in the States either. No. Interesting. Wow. What's KRW? Let's see what KRW is. No, that's not it. Wow. Let's see. Don't bother. Official chart started from 1 to 120. Yeah. Well, I can see that. I'm looking at one of them. Maximum of the chart. I can see 140.53. 140.53 in December 5th of 2003. Yeah, I see that. Wow. And I guess in many ways, I guess you could say it's doubled. And where's it at now? It's tripled. So it's tripled since then. But you said it was at one at one point. One. I guess that was during the Soviet Union period. That's probably what it was, right? Is that one of the old Russian? Let me look up the country, Kazakhstan. It sounds like it is. See if it was part of the old Soviet Union. If so, that would make sense. Let's see. I mean, we saw a lot of Soviet bloc states currencies go from manageable to not manageable. Let's see. Soviet Socialist Republic. Yeah, I see. Soviet Socialist Republic from 36 to 91. So that's 9 and 22. That's 31 years. So that makes sense. Yeah, so their currency wasn't. I guess the bigger question is, where was it? Well, we saw where it was in 2003. Yeah, so that makes sense. I mean, they were artificial, just like the way the Chinese currency is now. It's artificial, and that should be reminded to people. I always remind people that it's so obvious. The Chinese currency is fixed. It's not floating. It's not real. We have no idea what the real value of that country is. It could be, way worse. That's why I always say, if whoever loves China and thinks China is a great investment, then he must want to marry the Commonwealth. Because the Commonwealth has 500 million people more, and at the same time, it has a yearly income of $2,000 more a year per person. And then you have to really put the icing on the cake with a little cherry, and that is that the Commonwealth's currencies are floating. They're real. They're traded every day. Whereas the Chinese communist currency is fixed, just like the old Soviet Union currency. So I don't understand why they treat it like as if it's real. I don't get that. We didn't treat the ruble real when it was at 4 and 5 back in the Soviet days. We knew then it was, false. I traded currencies a decade before the Soviet Union collapsed. So, over a decade. 11 years, 12 years. So I don't understand. We all knew back then that they were fake. So I don't understand why they keep on trying to treat the Chinese currency like it's real. It really confuses me. I can understand as an exchange rate, you can say, okay, yes, you can get X amount of, this for that. I understand that, but to actually think that you could use economic statistics with it seems to be crazy to me. Anyhow, from there, what do we do here? We go down to the CAD again. That's what we're doing. We were looking at the CAD, and then we look at the oil market. Let's put the oil market up there. And the CAD, let's see, there's the oil market. You can see it's lifting again. They sold it off on Friday. Today they're lifting. We got a little green and a red going on, but it's still in the buy. But this is the problem right there, and that is that it's in a weekly sell now for 4 weeks. Since the 90 area. So they're trying to pop it, and this is not looking pretty. But then when we go back over to the Canadian, let's do that right here. So you would assume the Canadian is going down against the dollar this morning, and it is. You can see it there. It's still in a green dot and trying to get into a buy, but it's lower than Friday's close. The Friday close was 134.68. And today we're trading at basically at 134 with a low of 133.96. So you can see that running there. There we go. Kimbo, long time no see. What's the euro situation looking like? We got a red and green dot going on there. So we're thinking, maybe a day or two we're going to see some weakness. Let's see, where's it at? There's just a green dot there. On the other one, I think I have to replace the dots on that one. Let me fix this. I had to clean up that dot situation. I don't think I ever cleaned it up on the gray. But right here, this is the one we send out to clients. And, it's just dark. And you can see we got a green there. It's at the highs of the day at the moment, And you can see the red there. But you see that curve going on, right there. And so with that curve going on here, basically, we know that there's some pressure, but look at the strength in it. We've got that weekly strength in there. So we've been 5 days, and this is the fifth day in a daily buy, and we're taking out the highs. But we were flirting earlier this morning on the downside. So I think, just the way it's looking at this point, we're probably getting long in the tooth. But we'll have to see. Until the math turns, all we know is that it looks like some noise is coming because we got the green and the red. So in other words, we're going to get a shift in strength, be it strength up more or strength in the sense that the sellers will come in on and it'll take it down. So that's where we're standing at the moment. Wait till tomorrow, basically. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it does by this afternoon. Now let's go over to here. Let's see if we can answer the rest of your questions. Let's see. I need your diagnosis. I gave it that. That's good. And then the Dow Jones. Let's see what the Dow Jones is doing. All right, let's put the Dow Jones up there. I like to put the good one up there. This is the one I send out over the weekends. This is the one I follow through all the characteristics. Here we go. And here it is here. It's all marked up. It's nice, And it looks like it's trying to tell us that this thing could keep on riding up. We're in that weekly buy now for 7 full weeks, a week more than the S&Ps, and 3 weeks more than the NQs, the Tech 100. And so at this point in time, you can see there, this is a third day in a daily buy, and it's really not going up much at all. It really hasn't. It gets somehow or another, it takes out the close of the day before, but it doesn't really stay there. They seem to knock it down. It's down about 100 and some odd points today, which is just noise in the background when you're a $34,000 index. So we'll see how they put life into it throughout the trading day. If they start to, maybe that might be the lows of the day. I don't have a strong opinion. I just know we're in a daily buy, so more than likely it's going to try to lift up more than go down, and we're in a weekly buy, so it's going to try to lift up then go down. Both of those things are telling us that they really want to buy, they don't want to sell. So that's where we are with the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and we haven't had any signals. There's the last one, a new wave signal on the NQs. How am I preparing for Christmas? I think they're going to keep on taking them up. I think the markets are going to keep on taking them up. I think they're going to keep on nibbling and keep on buying all the way to the end of the year. I think that they, as much as there's talk about a recession next year, and they look at the yield curve and they say, it happens all the time, for the last 80 years or 60 years or whatever. Problem is that they haven't had quantitative easing, and quantitative easing is just a whole different animal. It's a whole different concept. So you can see they took this down, and the buyers were there. And you can see it's staying inside our lines with no problem. Matter of fact, the last lines were really wild. They crossed each other. That's usually a sign of some real strength kicking out. And we've had this situation where we've gone a bunch of days with inside-outside days right there again, just like this one here. So it said 444. I'm not sure why we're not seeing the others. Somehow or another they disappeared off there. We'll have to fix that. That is the issue, and that is that there's buying going on. And since we went into the weekly buy down in the 29,000 area, we're 5,000 points higher, and I would assume it's going to keep on going. So on the Christmas side of it, will there be a ho-ho rally? This is it. We're in it now. There's a ho-ho rally, without a doubt. All right. Now, from there, let's see where we'll go. Back over to... We'll take a look at the South African Rand and the metals. So now we're going to get that up on the screen. Let's see what they're doing there. And there's the moose. Let's go like this. Let's put the there's the South African Rand right there. So you can see it moving down. Now, this noise and this pop came from the political problems they were having. I haven't seen any news of late, but I'd imagine maybe the president is gone now, right? Let's see. Did you buy presents for your family members yet? Oh yeah, I'm nibbling away like everybody else. I am buying. We buy, 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 buy. I'm thinking about electric snow shovels. Have you seen these electric snow shovels? They're pretty cool. I've got an electric snowblower and I really like the way it works. Let's see. And I got handheld hand pumps. You know, it's like a drill gun that is a air pump, so you can blow up tires for your automobile, or blow up floats, or for swimming and so forth, or anything you need. It's, it has a tool for it. It's kind of neat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, electric snow shovel. Oh, it's really cool. It throws the snow like 20 feet or something like that. And it's not a snow blower. What is it? It's like a propeller. It's like a sideways propeller. It's long, so it's like 10 inches or 12 inches sideways as a propeller, and so it just flings the snow. It's kind of neat. All right. From there, what do we got going on? Oh, that's where I was going to head over to the South African Rand. And there it is right there. Should be starting to turn red and getting, yep, there we go. That's the weekly. So with that weekly in red, we should be seeing gold find a way to go up, up, and away. Let's find Mr. and Mrs. Gold. Right there. And there's gold. Gold was higher this morning. It took out the, what did it get to? It got to 1822. Right now we're trading at 1810. So about $12, $13 underneath the high of the day. But the strength is still there. And the South African Rand, which, had created this confusion. You can see that right there. And that's because of, let's go back to the Rand, because I think the president resigned. If you're using OBS, I think I could help. Oh, what's that? Make sure you have your mic output mixed. Mic output mixed. Where would I go with that? I am using OBS. So I go underneath what? I go underneath File? Where do I go find mic output? Auto is mono. Yeah, I know. You needs mixed to stereo it out. Okay. Do you hear him only on left or right speaker? Wait, give me a second. I forgot how to do it. Let's see. Mono. So maybe it's file settings. How about, that's usually the kick right there. Settings. Let's go to settings. All right, so there's settings. Now it says, where did you say I should go? Audio? Okay, I'm in audio. There's audio. And let's see if I can find, let's see, it says desktop audio, default, desktop audio disabled, default, disabled. We got a lot of disableds on there. Let's see, meters, advanced, and keys. You know what? There is a lot here. Let me do this. If I bring that, where can I bring this? Can I do this? Can I move this over? Yeah, look at that. All those defaults. So it says global audio devices, right? Look at them all. So it's default, disabled, default, disabled, disabled, disabled. So, what do you think? Does that make any sense to you? Let's see. If I get back to you in 5 minutes, Mike, advanced properties, and click the mono, the other window. There's another window for. I don't see anything that says mono though. Let's see. Video, hotkeys, advanced. Oh, advanced. Did you say advanced? Okay, let me go to advanced. There's advanced. Recording, streaming, delay, automatically reconnect, video, process normal. So general process is normal. Let's see, where else is it? You guys really want to hear me in stereo? I think I'm crazy enough as I am. But here you go. Let me just show you what the advanced shows. Here's the advanced. There's the advanced. In your main OBS window. Let's see, what is that? Let me move that out of the way again. Okay, so what it says is that, let's see, you're saying Mad Slice says where you click start stream. Okay, no, not this window. Show me the main window. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of that. That, and then there we go. There's the main window. Video preview, where would that be? And now audio mixer. Where's audio mixer? On left. Okay, I'm on left. I see it. Audio mixer, I see it. Okay. And then mic, what was that saying? Mic AUX. Click the gear icon. AUX. Is that it right there, the top one? Advanced auto properties? Second gear, okay. There it is. Second bar. Lock volume. Unhide all. Hide. Rename. Vertical filters properties. Advanced auto. That's how I figured it'd be that one down there. And mic. It's active. Mono. It's on mono. Balance. Okay, that's why. Look at it. The right side is dead. Okay, so click mono. Like that. Monitor off, monitor off. Just the second box? Like that? How's that? Second, not first. Okay, so mic auxiliary. It's fixed. Okay, cool. Excellent. Now let's get this off the screen and go back. Far out. Far out, man. All right. Excellent. So now you guys are hearing me in stereo.
Can you hear me now? Oh, no, in stereo. Oh.
All right. There we go. So the South African Rand, like I said, if anybody knows anything, very immersive. Reverb now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we used to do that back in the '60s. We used to kick that reverb up when we were racing. Yeah, kick up that reverb. Reverb now. Remember that, Robin? Back in the old days, we used to kick up the reverb. Okay, so where am I at? There's gold, and there's South African Rand. Does anybody know if the president is still the president in South Africa? Let's look that up. South African ANC president. Or no, president. There we are. He did resign. Okay. So that's what that was all about. You know, I that's what they were saying. He was going to resign. So I guess he did. Leader won't resign. Oh, he's not resigning. South African leader won't resign, says spokesman. Okay. Will not resign. All right. So he's still in office. Who is the next president after he... I don't know. So he didn't resign. So that's why the currency is a little wacky like that right now. All right. And then you can see here, you know, that it's trying to do the same thing. That's the weekly. Let's put the daily up there. The daily is kind of like just holding on, It's got a little red at the moment because it gapped down. You can see the little break there. We're hanging out relatively smooth at the moment, but look at that. That's so choppy for a good market they're having in the metals complex, And there's gold right there. Gold's looking fine as kind. Now let's go take a look at the currency again through Chicago Quant at the same time, like so. And there it is. You can see it is moving down. So it's been moving down since the political noise right there. And if he hasn't resigned, I guess he's not going to resign. It's classic, Politicians don't care anymore. What's the difference? Let's see. Where do we go from here? From here, we jump over to... I guess we go to the South African Rand. That's what we do, don't we? No, not South African. We're just leaving that. Let's go to the Mexican peso, and then we're done on the currencies. Unless someone wants to see something. Minus the Kazakhstan. I can't get Kazakhstan up. I can get it up there on some level. Check this out. Well, let's do the Mexican peso, then we'll show you the Kazakhstan currency. But yeah, I mean, the going from CCP to free markets, woohoo, that's going to be painful. Truly painful. Let's see. And here is the Mexican peso. Right there. And, oh, now I saw that yesterday and I thought, oh, wow, like last night or something, it was down. And I thought, wow, or Friday. And I thought, oh, they're going to take this thing down. And look at that. They're driven it right back to the bottom end of the range on the upside. Look at that. And we went into a daily buy Friday, late in the afternoon. I guess way afterwards. And look at that. They're playing with the weekly buy. So I've been saying I think that's an indicator of how the election's going to come out in Georgia tomorrow. So I guess what it's saying is that Walker won't do as well. He'll lose. That's what we thought it meant. We really did. I thought that the Mexican peso was basically telling us what was going to go. So we'll see. Going into Wednesday, Tuesday night, we'll see. The election should be somewhat over at that point. They've got 1.8 million votes already. Pre-votes. Isn't that amazing? Just incredible. It's election month, like always. From there, now, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put that currency up there, the Kazakhstan currency. Check this out. This is wild. KAZAKHSTANI USD. Let's see what happens. Oh, they got it the reverse. Okay, so if I go like this, there it is. There we go. And let's move this over. You'll be able to see it. And there's the max. So you can see this is back in December of 2003. It was trading in the 140 area. That was 10 years after leaving the Soviet Union. And you can see it ran all the way up to here it is today, basically. Trading at 470. So that's definitely feeling the pain. Feel the rhythm. Feel the pain. And that is that. Wow, that's a wild situation there. That's super inflation. Now, let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. I just found another one too. Invest.com. They have the chart too. Check this out. Oh, this is even more bloody. Because it goes all the way back to 1975, and then there is, I guess that's where the Soviet Union changes. It's trading in the ones. There's your ones, along in there. And then the Soviet Union collapses. It's trading in the twos, maybe. And then look at that, boom, right to the moon, Alice. That was the first topping in what was that, 99. So ouch, definitely crushed that puppy. All right, from there we jump over to, let's see, we're in the metals complex at this point. So let's go down to here. And there's gold. Let's take a look at silver. And there is silver. And you can see silver doing a little bit better than the gold, marching along in the 23s. Would be happier to see it at 26 or 27, of course, but we were speculating that, maybe by the end of the year it could get to 24. So we are through the 23s now. So we're getting closer. And today's high was 23.69. So we're figuring that this move should get it up into the 24s. And then let's take a look at copper. Copper's doing that same thing. It's got like a moonshot going on that too. Look at the strength on that. There it is today. It's trying to take out that high of just a month ago of the 390-ish area. Did it get to $4 at that point? No, 393. And we're trading at 386 right now with a high today of 390? 389.45. This is like the Chinese gold, that product really chases after whatever they're doing in the Chinese market. Then from there, it's Monday, so we'll take a look at platinum. And there is platinum. I think it was weak at the end of the week. That's what it was. It's still held up, still in that weekly buy now for 8 weeks. Is it 8 weeks? No, 7 weeks. 7 weeks. And went into a daily buy here, and it's still in that daily buy. So I went into the daily buy there. There it is. So you can see that strength. Now that was interesting. This was Thursday, and there's Friday, and they slammed it. They knocked it down like 40 some odd dollars. Was it 40? It settled at 55.30, and the low that day was 16. So with a low of 16 from 55, that's $39. They slammed it down. It closed up for the day, not up for the day, but it closed high at the highs of the day. And then today it's pushing up higher again. I guess they're going to inch their way up, and someone had to dump some of it. I guess that was the name of the game there. From there, we slide over to the energy sector, and there is crude oil. You can see it's marching hard and high. We'll probably end up losing that red dot. This is the 5th day in a buy, but look at the weekly. It has no concern. Now let's go back further and take a look at the back month and see how that looks. And it's not as tenacious, but it is down. It's and the green line is underneath the manifold. It's negative. No real pressures. The only thing that's kind of fun and surprising is the gas line 5 is trying to lift. You see that right there. That's what the little blue dots are. It's a gas line 5 inside a gas line 3. Now let's put North Sea oil up. Where's that at? There's Brent. You can see they're trying to hold it up and lift it. That was Thursday. They took it. They were up at 89 on Thursday, or 88 and change. It's trying to get up there again. You see it there. It's trading at 88.23. They're showing the strength. The green line is curving at the moment. We're starting to see that pressure. And then over there we go to nat gas. Natural gas took a real smack. This is the daily. Look at that. I mean, over a 5-day period, they really smashed this down. Not sure what that. Maybe we're not getting. I don't know. No idea what that is about. They're just selling it down. I guess there's talk of opening the markets now that the Republicans control the House. They will be officially in charge. I guess it's January 3rd. So in 30 days, they will be fully in charge. But they're already setting policy. They're telling them what they're going to do. So money is going to automatically run in that direction. And so what they're doing is they're starting to sell it down. And you can see here we went into a weekly buy last week, or 2 weeks ago. And it went into a daily sell at the same time. And you never could be long because we were the green line was underneath and we were in a daily sell. And then, it goes back into the weekly sell again with no problem. And boy, is that telling you something. All this selling, it's widened that out. Right there, you can see that action. So it's basically been saying since the pop, since that close of, there's the 23rd, and then that is the 25th. Oh, that's a Thanksgiving. We were closed on Thursday. They pushed it into the sell, and I guess if we had had another day, maybe we had never gotten into the buy to begin with. But we were closed here in the States. Now let's take a look at it over on J4X through the eyes of the Europeans itself. And that is, we go to this particular uh, Spanish corporation in Spain. Let's find it. And it's an oil company that does natural gas. You can see it's trading in the 26s. The highs have been like 31, 32, and the lows have been 22. So we're towards the middle of the range, maybe a little bit lower, and it tried to lift up, got into the 27s, flirted with 28 about 4 days ago. Was it 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago? It was playing with that, and 7 days back, and then it just rolled over, and you can see it's trying to lift, but we got a red right there, so you can't take that too serious after 2 days of it trying to lift. So we'll see if they knock that down. And since you get these strange policies out of the what do you call that, the European Union, a $60 gas oil cap. That's like, I think they're trying to help China. That's all that does. China and Iran love that. They can buy it. India can buy it. They're helping. They're helping the countries that need it the most through the Soviet Union or through the Russian Federation. Basically, get it cheaper. That's weird in its own way. All right. I guess that's about it, traders. We're out of here. We will catch you all tomorrow. We will keep an eye on that euro. Let's see just a quick look again, what the euro is doing as we speak. I was a little surprised to see it go to the highs of the day. Let's see what they're doing now. Yep, still up there. Still at the highs of the day. And it's trying now. So what was it? Who was saying it? Let me find. I'm gonna find it in a second. It was something engineer. An insanely pro-trust trader engineer. Yeah. So, we're seeing the strength kick into it again. But you can see our math is trying to roll over. So whatever you saw is legit. Something was trying to roll over. It's broken the time manifold right there. Unfortunately, you're fighting a battle here. This weekly trend. The longer term traders in this thing, that hold the positions for days and weeks and months, is telling you they're not willing to give it up so quick. They may sell it down a little bit. We'll see. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see how it's playing out. We'll be sending it out to our clients on tonight, that type of thing. So that's it. Happy trails to you. Oh, there we go. Is it? Oh no, that's not. No, that was there. Oh yeah, there it is. I am out. You were out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, and there might be opportunity. You can see it's trying to roll over. It just hasn't. That's all. It's trying, and you weren't too far off. What gave you that inclination to try to short it was obviously there at one point. I saw it too this morning, hours ago. I saw it trying to roll over, but it's not confirming. That's the problem. All right. Happy trails to you until we meet again. That's right. Tomorrow. We'll meet you tomorrow here, same time, same channel. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. All right, traders. I will catch you in the AM tomorrow on Tuesday here. So, Doc saying arrivederci. Oh, and Kimbo, great job. Everybody's been asking about that mono thing. Cool. Now we got stereo.